Alrighty, righties, we got Berlin, we got Köln, the Graveyard Queens. Bear City versus Graveyard Queens. Lining up for the Graveyard Queens, number 1, Vendetta Valeska. Number 3, Bambi Beat 'em Up. Number C4, KTNT, 5 times, 5X Bingo. Number 8, Wild Sphinx. Number 21, Boom Shakalaka. Number 25, Mysterious. Number 25, Bionic Steam. Number 31, Bash. 3x3, Pie Wicked. 44, Miss Rotten. Number 49, Shoka Loka. Number 87, Roxy Roadkill. And number 905, Discuss. On the bench, Simon Says and Carla Cazala.
And representing Bear City Roller Derby Berlin Bombshells, we have number 79, Agent B Fatale. 247, Catherine Beaterbon. Number 4, Devilina. Number 22, Donna Doro. Number 109, Amazon. Number 26, Ethel Trash. Number J9, Foxy Fura. 244, Great Vengeance. 505, Heavy Rotation. 999, Maggie Messer. 173, Mega Cry. 96, Ouch Capone. 12, Paulina Pocket. And 481, Titty Twister. The bench consists of Banana.
And already Bash jamming for the Graveyard Queens. Just escaped the pack and making her pass, but it was called off.
Yeah, now we saw some great things from Bash in the games yesterday, so it'll be interesting to see how well she performs, obviously against a team well known for its strength and ability in the form of Berlin. Obviously, Cologne Graveyard Queens at the moment, 0 points in the book, Berlin 3.
Same goes for KTNT, doing some excellent work yesterday as well, so let's see how they match up.
Ouch Capone pushing against that wall. KTNT forcing that Berlin defense forward, pushing hard. Ouch Capone though finding a way through on the inside. A back block though as well.
So featuring KTNT for the Graveyard Queens. Let's see how she does. And she has escaped the pack, and she is your lead jammer. KTNT. Berlin.
KTNT working hard there against that final Berlin defense, managing to stay on her feet. Continuous hits from the Berlin blockers and pushing away on through and out. 999 receiving a penalty there. Maggie Messer blocking past that 20-foot engagement zone.
And in the second jam, we have a lead change. Köln are currently in the lead, and the KTNT calls it off. Great start, and I must say those Graveyard fans in shocking green and yellow outfits in the shape of a turtle and a scythe death are having a great time. So Bash, number 31. Starting a power jam. Berlin, only 2 skaters on the track. Number 31, Bash is lead jammer. Power jam. Berlin jammer returning to the action. Bash taking a hit to the infield, calls it off. How many points did she pick up?
So 0 points on that pass for Berlin.
So score still 10-3 in favor of Köln.
Official timeout being called now.
Pretty exciting start here to this bout, I must say.
So it looks like Ouch Capone there, having picked up a penalty box violation, will rejoin the pack, but starting in the box as well is giving Cologne an instant power jam.
It's Bionic Steam is going to do the jamming duties for Cologne. And after taking first blood, Berlin, Cologne has scored 10 points in a row here. So with an opportunity to increase that lead. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, sort of not as knowledgeable in the past matchups and how well Cologne have been faring in the world of Euro Derby, but sort of an impressive opening games yesterday, and now sort of quite an impressive display against one of the juggernauts of German roller derby in the form of Berlin.
Yeah. And power jamming their way to the lead there, and now this is only the third jam of this bout, and exciting time. Not a lot of skaters out on the track, lots of room. And one of the Berlin blockers is called for a foul there and has to sit down, so even more space now for Bionic Steam.
Yeah, Bionic Steam with a 5-point pickup there. Once again, skating around that stationary pack. Berlin's defense reduced just down to 2 blockers. Bionic Steam pushing and rolling her way as well. Ran the opposition in the form of Foxy Führer there, through for an additional 5, and a quick call-off for Bionic Steam, helping Cologne's effort now on the scoreboard. 20 points to Berlin's 3, with the first 5 minutes of play now completed.
And a lot of disarray in the benches, confusion, and we got a lot of skaters in the penalty box for Berlin here, while Cologne are skating at full strength.
I think it may be a little too early in this game for Cologne to get the scent of victory.
Oh, yeah.
Cologne, scent, aftershave, sexes. It's not the best of jokes, but you know, we work with what little intelligence we have here in the announcer booth.
I was too enthralled to sort of comprehend. But you must run that by me again, please.
Well, I will make sure when I do that you have a clear head and haven't been having too many Dinkelhackers, which of course is the famous regional beer.
Exactly.
Here in Stuttgart, one of our sponsors, dinkelhacker.de. Check them out online. Lead jammer, meanwhile, has been picked up off the line, courtesy of Bash. Once again for Cologne. Impressive effort.
Well, I'll sign up as Mr. Stupid, but you know, obviously you were making a reference to the scent of Cologne. Oh, de Cologne. It took me about a half an hour to get it as Bash calls it off.
With the call off there, I believe some points were collected by Ouch Capone as well. That Ouch Capone collected the full 4. Bash managing to get 2 on the board there. So Berlin clawing back a couple of those points there, but Cologne still out in the front at the moment. 22 plays 7.
And Paulina Pocket making her jamming debut in this bout up against KTNT.
KTNT currently caught up behind that Berlin defense in the rear there, and doing a sterling job as well. Just finding a way to sprint on the outside, being caught with a pretty powerful hip check there, slowing it down and allowing Berlin's jammer a pretty full lap lead out in front. That is number 12, Paulina Pocket.
Paulina Pocket, she has a rocket in her pocket and calls it off. High fives, low fives on the Berlin bench, where we are sitting just behind the Berlin bench. We can see it all. Now we have some more peepers through the window there, enjoying that beautiful sunny day in Stuttgart.
Bash now explosive on track, jumping left and right, trying to get away through. Incredible display. However, lead jammer has been picked up by Donadoro for Berlin.
Yeah, bash, give and chase. Definitely. Both jammers making eye contact, just clarifying where they are located, and Donadoro calls it off. Bionic Stream and Paulina Pocket. 2 blockers each for each team, 2 in the box. The score 22-15 in favor of the Graveyard Queens.
So Berlin and Paulina Pocket out now, lead jammer.
Bionic Steam trying to escape the pack, gets spun round by the Berlin blockers, slowing her down immensely. And Paulina Pocket is looking to lap her. Yeah, she, to the outside, takes a bit of a nudge and gets 5 points.
It does seem after an initial, somewhat of a stumble by Berlin, they have now switched up a gear and have obviously got back that point to 20 on the board for Berlin. Cologne with 22, some additional points to be actually thrown in.
And they retake the lead there by, well, 2 points momentarily, obviously, but you never know. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to impose their, starting to impose their skill.
And their dominance.
And their dominance. Exactly. Ouch Capone, KTNT to do battle. Each team with a blocker in the box. We have an official timeout, you know.
And referees in discussion in the penalty box currently.
And it looks like the Graveyard Queens will be skating 3 against 4. The Graveyard Queens are having a bit of a dance, a ring dance. Building one of those little bridges, suspension bridges, try to suspend the progress of especially Ouch Capone.
And Ouch Capone straight up against it as well. Nice work there, being a 2-girl tag team there, holding her back long as possible, but Ouch Capone does push her way past that Cologne defense and on lead jammer for Berlin.
So right now it looks like KTNT is, well, she's just muscled her way to the front and has escaped the Berlin attentions. Ouch Capone calling it off.
So 0 points there on that pass for Cologne.
And 4 for Berlin. Great action.
Just in an official timeout at the moment.
Coach is getting in on the action with head NSO and ref. Bella Karlova. Major Madness in the infield having a drink. What is his choice of drink? Could it be Fontanes mineral water? Or could it be Dinkelacke, the lekker famous regional beer from Stuttgart?
Or it could even be some organic green tea courtesy of the Natural Group Biomart.
Or what have you, a concoction of various chemical substances that he has kauft at the Drogeriemarkt, one of DM Drogeriemarkt, one of Germany's biggest drugstores.
Cough syrup, maybe.
Cough syrup,
if he's feeling a little bit under the weather.
You, as a ref, you need something to get something to wet your whistle, and why not just stop by the DM Drogeriemarkt?
So a lot of support for Berlin in the stands at the moment with chants of Berlin Bombshells.
And the very entertaining attentions being shown to our man in pink, signaling the official time out. And we're back. Bionic Steam for the Graveyard Queens. Whoa. Donner Doro doing some fancy footwork and just like doodling herself to the front and his lead jammer. Fantastic stuff.
Meanwhile, looks like Bash has picked up a penalty whilst in that blocking position, moving away around to the box.
As well as
multiplayer block as well, unfortunately. Being picked up by number 24 for Berlin there. That is Great Vengeance.
I will strike ye down with great vengeance. Another Berlin skater having a sit down.
Number 79 there. That is number 8. That's
Agent B Fatal.
And whistle being blown there. Now a timeout being requested by the Berlin bench.
And 4 points picked up by Berlin in that last scoring pass. And now they're having quite the huddle here. The Graveyard Queens fans also very vocal. Splendidly clad in green and black. And our sponsor of the MVP, no, not the MVP, but the championship trophy and medals, I give you WRIV, Württembergischer Rullsport und Inline-Verband.
So a rousing chant there from Berlin, directly in front of the stream bench as well. They get ready to get underway with the next jam of the game. Of course, Paulina Pocket will be jamming for them. That is number 12. She is facing off against Cologne's jammer, who we will reveal when she is unobscured momentarily from our line of sight. And that is number 87, Heavy Rotation.
Roxy Roadkill. Paulina Pocket was obscuring our view, but it is Roxy Roadkill.
Berlin with that lead jammer, Paulina Pocket away around. Scores currently standing 22 to Cologne, Berlin with 37, so still a relatively close game so far.
Paulina Pocket is down on her knees there, but she's right back at it, and she calls it off. Ouch Capone to jam now for Berlin. And for your Graveyard Queens, Shoka Loka. Ouch Capone trying to sidestep her way out of the situation. Shoka Loka stuck at the back. And
Berlin once again with another lead jam with that Ouch Capone.
Shoka Loka, chance for Shoka Loka going up there from the Cologne fans. And she has to go all the way back. Slight moment of hesitation there from...
just checking the bench coach there from Köln Graveyard to confirm whether or not it was the correct time to call it off. Ouch Capone is through, picking up an additional 5 there. Chocoloka now through as well. Ouch just has 2 blockers to get past. Beautiful. Beautiful then with the call as well.
A nice knuckleball move or curveball move. KTNT now and Donadoro up next. Cologne with 2 skaters in the box. Berlin 1. The score 54-22 in favor of the Berlin Bombshells. And chance for Donadoro going up from the Bear City fans.
So Berlin with that lead jammer again. KTNT currently just caught up at the front of the pack and now maneuvering away past the last line of Berlin defense and out into that scoring pass.
Boom shakalak, penalized.
Donadoro through the pack though, and a quick glance back at her bench coach calls it. 4-point pickup there.
Paulina and Pocket and Bash ready to do battle. 2 fantastic skaters and jammers, obviously. 4-on-4 action with each team. 1 skater in the box. Bash obviously also doing a lot of blocking. Double shifting as jammer.
Yeah, Bash
and Paulina
very
Pocket.
able, competent skater, just getting caught behind the good Berlin defense. Berlin have broken on through and lead jammer. Paulina Pocket now slowing down. Bash just slips by her then. Paulina looks as if she was slowing down to perhaps hinder Bash long enough for the pack to catch up and force her back into it, but with a skater as competent as Bash, that is not going to be an easy task to try and achieve.
Yeah, definitely. She is fast.
So up now, Very Met and Ouch Capone. Ouch Capone jamming for Berlin, and Ouch is lead jammer. Bear City once again on the way around into the scoring pass. Very Met forced to the outside, so still on this initial pass at the moment. Meanwhile, Ouch Capone toe start running her way out through the front of the pack now for a 5-point pickup. Grand Slam points on the board for Berlin. Finding that initial pass complete now for Very Met.
Very Met, actually, I did not know that she was going to skate. I was informed that she would not be skating, but so, hello, 823, Very Met. KTNT and Donadoro. Foxy Fuhr, Great Vengeance, lining up. And number 999 for Berlin, Maggie Messer. Nice nudge there.
A sprint to the front, lead jammer being picked up by Cologne's KTNT. Now KTNT sort of was knocked out by a blocker, but the blocker went down as well for Berlin, but I think KTNT may have missed that and re-entered at the rear of the pack, unfortunately.
Fantastic job there by the Cologne blockers there, trying to give their blocker the opportunity to get lead jam as she does, but now she's getting woman handled by the Berlin wall. And she calls it off.
Yeah, just as the Berlin jammer on the approach. We have a cardboard sign behind us on the window now saying WTF
is roller derby. Is that a question or is that a fact? WTF is roller derby.
He should ask any question. She's not playing.
We should, yeah, any questions? Yeah, we should ask her definitely.
Chocoloca, meanwhile, forcing her way through the front of that Berlin defense. Sweet comb around that turn. Oh, sprint, knocked to the inside as well. Oh, Chocoloca just down. Lead jammer has been claimed by Paulina Pocket.
So close, so close. Tumbling and falling. Paulina at the rear, moving up, zigzagging, dipsy-doodling, and has to take a seat.
Yeah, power jam now for Cologne. Köln.
Chocoloca. Let's see how she does. She has slipped free.
So that initial pass now completed. Now comes the difficult task of scoring points against that formidable Berlin defense. Up against the back of it, she passes to the blockers, being held off and forced to the inside there by Agent Bifatal.
Losing some of her momentum there. That's a start from scratch, but slips through. Picking up points for Cologne.
So a 5-point pickup there, grand
5
slam,
points.
much needed for Cologne.
Much needed.
27 to 67, 40 points trailing behind Berlin.
And the number that she is wearing on her back, plus 49, of course, is the country code. If you want to give her a phone call, you start by dialing 49 and etc. I do not have her phone number, though. Paulina Pocket joining the action. A melee ensues, and it is called off. 4 points for Paulina Pocket and 2 for Chocoloca. Nine and a half minutes remaining in the first period. Cologne 32, Berlin 71. Ouch, Capone, and bash.
Yeah, so Berlin still dominating at the moment after that sort of initial false start, but sort of Cologne obviously not giving that a fight, as demonstrated by one of our personal choices as a player of the tournament so far, in the form of Bash, with a no-nonsense, can-do attitude, tearing away around the track as well.
Oh. Whoa!
Bash springs off the hip,
beautiful stuff.
Twister through with a call-off.
Holy Swiss Jesus! Great stuff.
So 4 points being picked up there by Bash. 3 points on that last pass for Berlin.
Did I just spit on you in all my excitement there? That was pretty exciting.
Not that I noticed.
Not to your knowledge.
Nope.
I feel like I need a bit of that Hugo Boss perfume or aftershave.
So KTNT is jamming next for Cologne. Meanwhile, slipping around the outside. Lead jammer has been picked up by Donadoro for Berlin.
But KTNT close behind. She'll do her best to minimize any damage.
And Donadoro there with a spinning.
KTNT picked up a single point.
A takedown as well.
Yeah.
An unintentional takedown of one of the Cologne blockers.
So now Köln Graveyard Queens have 40, Berlin 76.
There's a 36-point difference between the two teams currently, so still not a vast amount.
This is just fantastic. We got bingo jamming for Köln.
And Paulina Pocket once again for Berlin, Best City. And Paulina is out in front at the moment. And streaky bite. Nice hip check, sliding attack there, courtesy of you. No surprise, bash, once again.
Pivoting. Bingo. Bingo escaping the pack for Cologne. First time I have seen her jam in the duration of this weekend so far, so that must be her debut as well. Good stuff. Roxy Roadkill stepping up.
And so a 4-point pickup there for Berlin on that last pass, 0 points.
80-40. 80-40.
Nicely.
80-40. I can do the math. That's a 40-point lead.
40-point lead, yeah.
6 minutes left in the first period. Ouch Capone. Two quite differently sized jammers going head to head. And ouch. Ouch. Capone, number 96, is lead jammer.
Meanwhile, still trying to pick a way through that pack. And that is a Roxy Roadkill for Cologne, but still continually against some pretty irritating Berlin defense. They're swarming around her,
very
continually bashing left and right and forcing it out to the infield, to the outside line.
Forced right to the back of the pack.
Yeah, this Berlin defense here.
Heavy rotation, dealing out some serious damage.
Oh, and a
hitting over and over again.
Being passed on the outside once again there by Ouch Capone. Momentarily distracted pack, allowing her a pretty easy pass through for a 4-point pickup there for Ouch.
I mean, heavy rotation, hitting and hitting and hitting again. But Roxy Roadkill's taking it, and still on her skates, and she finally escapes the pack after a hard jam day's work.
Is in the pack and out. Bench coach signaling the call off as well. 0 points for Cologne, unfortunately, but another 4 points picked up by Berlin.
There's so many like small individual battles, like jammer, blocker. It's just a joy to watch, and Roxy Roadkill there just taking all that abuse and, you know, lap after lap. Impressive. Titty Twister, 481. KTNT, Donner Doro, jamming. And it's Donner Doro who is your lead jammer.
KTNT, meanwhile, at the rear of that Berlin defense, is brought down once again momentarily. Berlin losing a blocker to the penalty box in the form of Foxy Fuhrer.
Foxy Fuhrer. And Donner Doro, she's sporting like green knee pads. I mean, I don't know.
Perhaps there's a little bit of solidarity with Cologne.
She's showing her solidarity, even though, you know, she's picking up points. Yeah, that's the spirit.
Having broken out of that pack now, on her way around, KTNT heading towards the rear of that Berlin wall, but it being called off, unfortunately, prior to her getting any points, an additional 3 up on the board for Berlin.
Now Berlin breaking that 100-point mark, 102-40 in favor of those Bombshells. Shoka Loka and Paulina Pocket up next, with 3 minutes remaining in the first period. Kind of an old school start there. Paulina goes left, KTNT goes right, and Paulina Pocket goes around the outside with a rocket in her pocket. Paulina Pocket.
Assisted whip there for Chokaloka, but Chokaloka now coming once against that Berlin defense. 2 girls at the front doing an impressive job of holding up as long as possible. Chokaloka is through, but just simultaneously as Paulina Pocket hits the back of that pack, maneuvers her way around. Re-eclipsed at the front by some of the blockers, but with a call off, a A full 4 points is collected by pulling the pocket there for Best City Roller Derby Berlin.
Now we got Ouch and Bash. Ouch and Bash. Berlin with one skater, well, Foxy Fuhrer, she's about to join the play here shortly, but slight advantage in numbers in the favor of the Graveyard Queens.
1 minute 40 seconds left on our
clock. The Jammers doing battle.
Nice slipping up on the inside. Lead Jammer for Cologne. Being chased down though by a very determined Ouch Capone. Bash on her way around as well. Cologne favouring the rear of the pack at the moment. Are they going to race forward to try and break up that wall as Bash hits as well? Ouch though, slipping by the inside.
Oh, the inside, my God. Look at that. Applause all around for the bench.
For Berlin.
Oh.
0 points on that pass for Cologne despite having that lead jam.
Oh. Incredible turn of events. All in the same jam. I must say that was pretty darn exciting. Snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. Potentially this may be the final jam of the first period. 110 to 40, Berlin in the lead. Donner-Doro
out in front.
Oh.
Very Met jamming for Cologne.
Very Met taking a bit of a beating at the end, at the rear of the pack.
Donna out in front there, 5 points being picked up for Berlin.
With those green knee pads. Nice Very Met there, escaping the pack.
Donadoro meanwhile through, once again, momentarily distracted. Pack allows her.
And that should do it for your first period.
4-point pickup. We now have another 15 minutes of half-time before we will come back with the conclusion of this game of the Graveyard Queens of Cologne taking on their City Roller Derby Berlin Bombshells.
Hansen here with alongside Rolls Voice and our in-house announcer $1 trillion deficit. And I just got my batteries changed here by the helpful staff here at the rink. Donner-Doro and Bash going at it here. Donner-Doro with those green knee pads, lead jammer. Bash keeps skating and picks up 2 points. Fantastic. Well done, Bash there. Skating until scoring points before the first whistle. Yeah. No, and she does the pivoting, she does the jamming. Just like my favorite, Annihilate. But Bash, yeah, she is a personal favorite. Or a mutual favorite of the two of us. seconds remaining in the jam. Ouch, Capone picking up another 5 points. Oh. Yeah, the first couple of jams there, maybe Berlin were perhaps straight out of bed, kind of dizzy, and you know, it still is the German championships. There's a lot of, you know, I mean, I'm sure they're feeling the pressure of being early favorites to win the whole thing. So obviously, tempers or nerves will be flaring, but they have certainly stepped it up. Pretty noisy in here, I must say, and so, part of that reason could be that the audience have been armed by the lovely ladies at the entrance. They're like giving out free Klatschpappe. Klatschpappe. It makes a ear-riveting noise. Klatschpappe. I mean, KTNT could. Well, unlike Bash, she didn't skate real hard at the end, but Bash is, yeah, she has been sneaking a few points there on the just before the final fourth whistle. Bash and Donardoro. Oh, yeah, Bash is your lead jammer. Nice. Oh, and to the inside calls it off. Beautiful, and her jammer knocking the Berlin jammer out of play. Oh, dear me. Bingo. Wow. Muscling her way to the front. Bingo is your lead jammer for Köln Graveyard Queens. Bless you, sir. Great stuff there from Bingo. Picking up a pair, as did Berlin. Well, apparently Cologne had too many skaters. They had one in the box on, so now they have two in the box. And this is a really slow start to the jam here. The excitement is killing me. Interesting lineup. It's Bash and Paulina Pocket. Paulina Pocket escaping first.
Paulina Pocket there with that lead, a jammer for Berlin. Score's currently standing.
Look at Bash go. It's just amazing. And Paulina wisely calls it off there. Bionic Steam, who sent a big bonjour to all her friends who may be watching this, and she sent a big bonjour on the chat. Now she is jamming for the Graveyard Queens.
Moving away around, past one blocker at the front for Cologne and slips by the final blocker. Lead jammer being collected by Dornidoro for Berlin Bear City Roller Derby. KT&T out of the box now, penalty serve back, rejoining that pack. Meanwhile, Donna is through the front there with a 5-point pickup grand slam.
And Bionic Steam still at the back of that Berlin wall, trying to get over it.
Donna at the front there. Two girls still to get past as well. Hits there coming in from KT&T, but being strung out past that 20-foot engagement zone, having to release and let Donna get a free ride through as well. And she does just that. 5 points additionally added onto the scoreboard for Berlin. .505 heavy rotation there,
heavy rotation.
Clockwise block.
Oh. And Bionic Steam let go, blew off some steam there, hitting number 26, Ethel Trash, the pride of Saskatchewan. And Bionic Steam once again at the end of the pack.
And through an additional 5 there once again for Donna. Donna now taking that score to 171 on the scoreboard for Berlin. Cologne currently sat on that 48-point mark.
And Berlin treating Bionic Steam to the squeeze treatment. And finally she gets to sit down for a well-deserved rest. Another 4 points picked up by Berlin. The score right now, Cologne Graveyard Queens 48, Berlin Bombshells Roller Girls 171.
We are currently in an official timeout.
Cologne pulling back. And Berlin to follow. I can see the backs of Great Vengeance, Very Met, Foxy Fuhrer, Bingo.
So once again, as we said, an old school start there with teams right towards the front. Ouch Capone swinging by her own team and straight out to the front. Lead jammer being picked up, being chased down though, and checked courtesy of horse number 31, Bash.
Bash, who else? Fantastic.
Bingo free of that pack now, on her way round as well.
Bingo.
Both jammers in the scoring pass.
Bingo.
Ouch,
Big.
Capone getting first crack at it and calling off the jam.
No points picked up there by Bingo at the last second.
A 3-point pickup there for Berlin.
And Bash penalized and has to start the next jam in the penalty box. Shoko Loka plus 49, jamming now for the Graveyard Queens. Paulina pocket for Berlin. Looking for a pocket. Looking for a pocket to pick. And she is...
We're on the inside now, maneuvering her way around as well.
One more.
And slipping away past the defense, out for another 5 points being picked up there by Paulina Pocket.
Looks like someone on the Cologne bench needs some medical attention. Here comes Stuttgart's finest.
Bash without time served in the penalty box, making her way around, rejoining that pack from the back.
Could be an ice pack. Bionic Steam. We say bonjour to Bionic Steam. Do another shift as jammer as Donner Doro. It is the $1 trillion deficit in the in-house, doing the in-house commentary. And we were asked to do the live stream in English, so that's why we are speaking all sorts of, well, a mixture of mainly English, but the occasional German and French. And you've invented a few, like dominating. That's your like a cross pollination between two beautiful languages, English and German. All right, Bionic Steam. Yeah, Bionic Steam. Excellent, excellent. Très bon. Très bon, Bionic Steam. Incroyable, incroyable. Yeah, Simon says, call it off, and Bionic Steam does. 3 points for Bionic Steam.
But
one
managed
for...
to just clip 1 point at the end of that there.
Bringing the current score to Graveyard Queens 51. Berlin just nudging that 200-point gap at 198.
Ouch, Capone now jamming for Berlin up against that Cologne wall, and all 4 blockers swarmed around.
Very
Ouch,
mad.
Capone.
Yeah. Oh, push out of bounds.
Ouch is out in front. Lead jammer Bash once again
yeah.
doing that final bit of defense, but ouch, able to take it out far enough to get past that engagement zone and get that lead jammer call.
Like Bash at this time, I would say she's the last line of defense and the first line
Big
of
hit
offense.
Off him, Titty Twister, taking out the Cologne jam in the form of Very Met. And once again, Titty with another big shoulder check into Very Met.
Oh!
And Very Met taken down to the concrete there.
The upright sitting position.
Meanwhile, 5 more points are claimed by Ouch Capone.
Elbows in use. Number 999, Maggie Messer.
An additional 5 as well for Ouch Capone, skipping through that defense at the front of the pack.
Very Met trying to make her way through.
Her way through on the outside as well. Cologne looking to re-engage, forcing her down, but around and past. Another 5 points by Ouch Capone. Very Met, meanwhile, being covered. Titty Twister doing an exceptional job of holding back that Cologne jammer, using her, as well as herself, her own blockers around, controlling them like an extension of her own body, like 2 boxing gloves to continually pummel.
Like a Siamese triplets.
Yeah, the Cologne jammer at that point. But then picking up 4 on that last pass.
That must be a drag. Shoka Loka, area code, country code 49, up against Paulina Pocket.
13 minutes of gameplay left on the clock.
Oh, Paulina Pocket almost instantaneously gains lead jammer status.
A multiplayer block penalty being picked up then by Pi Wicked for Cologne. And a power jam now for Berlin as Shoka Loka finds herself in the penalty box.
And Köln only have 2 blockers. And, oh dear. And they go arm in arm there trying to build some kind of suspension bridge, but it failed miserably, unfortunately. So that
got on track now for Cologne. Very little you can do through when a speeding Paulina Pocket is hurtling towards you, leaping past that defense. Still just the 1 blocker on track, and again an easy pass through for Berlin Bombshells. Paulina Pocket taking that scoreline out to 2-4-7.
Or 24-7. It's now 252 and Köln 51, a 201 point lead. Timeout called. Yeah, we got a lot of things to feast our eyes on, I must say, but we will read. If we miss anything, please post it again. But we promise, honest to God, we swear we will answer in whatever manner we see fit. So keep them coming. If you want to say hello to long lost loves or relatives, go ahead. Yeah, you had a few opinions about short length. So yeah, what do you think of the shorts in this set of refs? It's her premiere jamming here, number 24/7. Wow, wow, my head is spinning. And I'm not even on the track. McCherry's on the track. Major, Marty, etc. KT&T desperately fighting to get to the front. Ouch, yeah, ouch, falling down. KT&T trying to go inside here on the Berlin Wall. Inside KT&T. Jamming up a storm, KT&T. And Bash keeping a close eye on Ouch Capone, giving her some special attention. Oh. KT&T. Falling on all fours, and she calls it. 3 points. 3 points. Simon says 4. So a great pickup in any case there by the Graveyard Queens. After a grueling jam, so she would need that bit of rest there, but obviously she would love to be right back out there. Paulina, oh.
Sidestep through, continually pushing on past that defense. Up there, Paulina Pocket once again on her way round now. That slow speed of the pack making it a lot easier for her to catch up each time. Another 5 points.
But I mean, she is fast. I mean, she is so fast. Berlin now 276. Cologne Graveyard Queens 54. It's murder on the dance floor. And stepping up. Martin McFly. It looks like somebody sent us, is that a license registration plate number 26154? Or is that code, or I don't know, what was that? The end of someone's telephone number? What does that mean in the chat room? Oh, it looks like his party number. Somebody's party number is 26154. 154 obviously being an album title of the fantastic band Wire from England. But yeah, somebody's party number. Yeah, what is a party number? We do not know. Jetzt fangt's wieder am Zucken der Stream. The stream sucks? I don't know. We Thank you for that. Or maybe some organic nacho cheese flavored tortilla chips. That's what I go and get at the Naturgut Biomarkt, the small supermarket chain for organic food. I just love it. Perhaps some jalapeno sauce, organically. Seven minutes remaining. And thank you for thanking us for doing, in your opinion, a good job. Yeehaw! Number 24/7, Catherine Peterbones up against Bash. So beat against Bash. Oh. Whoa. Oh, and Bash having a hard time there. Oh. Bouncing off people. And unfortunately gets penalized. Yeah. Of course, she will do anything, whatever it takes to win. Ethel Trash. And Ethel Trash, number 26, the Pride of Saskatchewan, is in the box. It's deliciously sunny here. Clear skies, hot as hell. Hot as in, like in the back of an oven. Beautiful, beautiful sunshine. But we are curious to know, what's the weather like in Málaga, España? Oh.
On the receiving end of a hip check in midair, still able to stay on her feet in this position. Nice and sunny as usual.
As usual.
Well, if Malaga roller derby exists
Decked out in Hugo Boss garb. A wetsuit. Picked up by Paulina Pocket. Riding a rocket. Come on now, Bionic Steam. Vive la France! And the most valuable newbie trainer is jamming. Paulina Pocket. Someone's letting us know here, dudes, one of your microphones is not working properly. Yeah. Can you hear me? This is Handsome Johansson. Can you hear me? Is anybody out there? I mean, we're not like the Duracell rabbit or anything, but we have been experienced battery power loss here. Both of us? Or is you like plural or singular in this case? Yep. We hear you. Good. Time is flying and we're having fun. And look at her go. I'll say. She's like, it's like a triple jumper, like triple jump. And she's also wearing green knee pads. Okay, you can only hear me. I'm so sorry. Go Titty Twister. Hanson, yeah, well, I'm here. Could possibly be the final jam. And it looks like we got number 24, or 24-7, sorry. Catherine Beaterbones up against KTNT. And Catherine Beaterbones to the ground. Yeah. Yeah, we're still here. One of us is. Together, divided we fall, united we stand. The potentially final jam of this fantastic bout. A wonderful display of skill, athleticism, and hard work. Catherine Beaterbones picking up another 5 points. Looking to the bench for direction. Graveyard Queens doing everything in their power to stop her. Picking up another 5. 3:59 Berlin. Cologne Graveyard Queens 54. And it looks like they'll be jamming it out for the duration of this bout. in front of her fans, her adoring fans from Berlin. Still going at it. KT&T finally escaping that pack. Having a look around, she calls it off with one leg in the air. And the official final score, the Graveyard Queens 54, Berlin Bombshells Roller Girls 368, the unofficial final.
Yep, there you have it, a pretty spectacular matchup as well. And Berlin definitely showing what they are made of on the track. 54 plays 3-6, a huge score by anyone's standards. We will, of course, see Berlin playing again. And we'll have another game coming up for you very shortly as well. So make sure you take a trip to the fridge, to the bathroom, whatever you need to do, and get back in front of that PC or in front of the TV if you've got the laptop wired up to it for some more roller derby action coming up very shortly.
Just waiting for the official results. Experiencing some technical difficulties here battery-wise, but we will be right back at you. Our next game will be Stuttgart Valley Roller Girls up against the Rock and Rollers. Karlsruhe. I guess it's going to be in 3 minutes, yeah. Actually, we got in about 8 minutes. So signing off here, Handsome Johansson. Hope you've had a great time. Big shout outs here online to the Graveyard Queens.